Now, Burns suppers are normally celebrated in January, but 225 years ago today, the first ever one was held at Burns Cottage in Alloway. It's the only time it didn't take place on the Bard's birthday. Well, Hugh Farrell brought the Burns supper back to the cottage a decade ago, and he joins me now, along with Ian Houston, who's part of the Global Scot network of worldwide Scottish business leaders. Afternoon to you both.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi there. Thanks very much for joining me. Ian, let me ask you first of all, as a Scot, I think, living abroad, what is the significance of the Burns supper for you?
Well, it's quite extraordinary. Number one, just it's so nice to be on the air with Hugh. He's such an inspiration to me. But I think that it's such a global phenomenon. This modest, heartfelt gathering that stretches now around the world, touching millions and millions of lives each year. And it truly is embraced by people with many backgrounds, many different points of view. I do appreciate what the University of Glasgow has done with the Centre for Robert Burns Studies to really pinpoint how extensive the reach is for these suppers globally. So it truly is a celebration, not just for Burns, but for Scotland. And I think we all need to embrace that. It's an opportunity to showcase the values of Scotland through Burns to encourage visits, investment, etc.
And Hugh, you brought the Burns supper back to Burns's cottage a decade ago. Why was that important to you?
Well, I've been a Burns lover all my life. And in fact, I first spoke at a Burns supper in 1963, just a wee while ago. So I've got third-degree burns.
Okay. And what do you know why it moved from July to January?
Well, July was the anniversary of his death, and they gave it more thought. We shouldn't be celebrating his death. We should be celebrating his birth. So they decided in 1802, it would be the 29th of January. Now, they chose the 29th of January because they had read the first biography in Robert Burns, where the biographer, Curry, got the date wrong.
Oh, I see.
Robert Burns, in a poem, put the true date, 25th of January. And it's 25th of January thereafter. And our Burns suppers in the cottage are always on his birthday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I suppose, to be fair, haggis, neeps and tatties is much more of a sort of a winter meal in a way, isn't it? Hugh talked there about, it being more a sort of joyous occasion to celebrate his birthday. And these are, fun nights, aren't they, with great speeches and interaction and lots of ceremony. Is that something that goes down really well, in other countries?
Well, it goes down very
absolutely.
well in other countries.
Yeah.
In the second year that I ran this, I had a request for a ticket from a man from Leipzig. Now, he got his ticket and he sent me an email, will I be permitted to wear a kilt? And I got back to him, you may wear a kilt in one condition, that you give us a verse of Burns in your own tongue.
Oh, and he did?
And he came back, he said, I love Robert Burns, I love Scotland, and I will recite a whole poem.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Ian, let me just ask you about your view of it in other countries.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And I absolutely echo what Hugh has said. And I have been there to the cottage now a few times. It's a wonderful gathering, but the spirit of Burns extends again so richly around the world. And again, what the University of Glasgow has done to pinpoint how often and frequent it is and who is gathering, it's well received. Some people are coming for the first time to experience this. They're again hearing about Scotland. It's important for us as Scots to take advantage of the night. Burns would want us to do that. As much as he would wish for us to toast him, he would want us to lift Scotland, to lift communities, to draw people their attention to communities and what's happening now in a contemporary way.
Well,
so it really fosters goodwill. And to Hugh, I'm so glad I'm talking with him right now on air. Everyone, he has done such a wonderful job to bring back to life that original spirit that existed at the cottage. And now we beam it around the world, and it's something truly to celebrate. And I hope your listeners can raise a glass today to Burns.
I'm sure they will. You can never have too many occasions to celebrate him, can you? Thank you both very much indeed for joining me. Ian Houston there from Global Scot Network, and Hugh Farrell, who brought the Burns Supper back to his cottage a decade ago.